Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Falling for Books. For today's video I'm doing the 2017 end of the year reading survey. So I saw Books and Lala do this video and I just thought it was so interesting and cool. So I figured I would go ahead and do it. I will link her video down below, and I think I'm doing all the same questions as her. I'm not sure. There might be some I took out or added in. Yeah, let's just get into it. So question number 1, how many books did you read? I read a total of 263 books. Did you meet your goal? Yes, my goal was 100 books like it is every year. I talked about that in my reading goals video. Most read genre, contemporary, romance, if we want to get technical. I feel like genres and subgenres are really complicated, but I just read basically contemporary, but more so like romance contemporary, if that makes sense. Longest and shortest book you read. The longest one was Team Player, which is a romance anthology, and then the shortest book I read was Finders Keepers by C.A. Rose. Favorite book published in 2017. This is so hard for me to pick, but right now in my gut I'm feeling that is such a weird way to phrase that. I'm picking The Learning Hours by Sarah Nay, which is the third book in the How to Date a Douchebag series. I just couldn't stop thinking about this book. I just loved it so much, and I kind of reread a little bit of it here and there, so I feel like this is one of my favorites of the year. Favorite debut book in 2017? I actually don't have an answer for this. I don't feel like I read debut books from like new authors that I haven't read before. Favorite book not published in 2017 for me was A Walk in the Sun by Michelle Zink. This was published in 2016, I think. I loved it. I cried while reading it. It was closer to my heart probably than a lot of people because I did grow up on a farm, and I had a lot of similar feelings in this book, and I don't know, it's just, I loved it so much. A book that lived up to the hype, Dark Matter by Crouch. This was amazing. I absolutely loved it, and I just feel like it honestly lived up to the hype for me. It was just fantastic. So action-packed, thrilling, exciting, suspenseful, so interesting. I just loved this. It definitely lived up to the hype for me. A book that did not live up to the hype. For me, that is When Dimple Met Rishi by Sandhya Menon. This is a pretty big book, and honestly it was pretty boring. I liked the characters. The romance was really sweet and slow burning, and it was adorable, but other than that, it just didn't really live up to the hype for me. I didn't really see like what people were loving. I will probably check out the rest of her books that are coming out in the future, because I'm like, just reading this, I know she has potential to write a really great contemporary, but for me this was just kind of a decent read. I gave it like 3 stars. It was alright, but I didn't see why this book was so hyped. Book that felt like the biggest accomplishment, King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. This is the third book in the series. This is massive, and I bought this in like February or whenever it came out, and I put it off I think till like the summer, and that's not like me. So this was like 100% like a big accomplishment to read this, and I read it in one night. Favorite character? For this it was so hard because I feel like sometimes I'm very like in the moment when I'm reading, so I'll love the character in the moment, but when I distance myself I'm like, I don't really know what I loved about the character anymore. I'm horrible for that. But I'm going with Poppy from Pucked Off by Helena Hunting. I just really remember enjoying her as a character and thinking she was really strong and independent, interesting, and definitely different from, I feel like, the rest of the characters in this series especially. So yeah, she's probably my favorite character. Least favorite character, I'm gonna say any character from the Sweets trilogy by Abby Glines. The first book is Sweet Little Thing. Didn't like any of the characters. I feel so bad because I love Abby and I love all of her books, but like this trilogy I've hated on so much. I am embarrassed that I've hated on it so much, but like, no thanks. I didn't like any of the characters in that trilogy, but I kept reading it for no reason other than to support Abby, I guess. Most shocking book moments, or like plot twist or whatever. I'm gonna go with Dirty Souls by Karina Hale. This book shocked me in so many different ways. This duology shocked me. If you read the Artist trilogy by her and then you went on to read the Dirty Angels trilogy by her, this one takes a different turn and one I did not expect. This duology in general is just so interesting, and I did not expect a lot of things that happened in this book, and I was shocked, and I think I cried a few times, but yeah. Favorite couple / OTP, I'm gonna go with Lana and Racer from Racer by Katie Evans. I just really like them. I think they had a really interesting dynamic, and it was kind of a slow burn, but also not really, and I just really loved it. It was so great and so sweet, and they're such a great couple. I love them. The best written book you've read in 2017. This was really hard for me because I feel like I don't really necessarily read like a lot of amazing books that have like beautiful writing or like very different style of writing. I feel like I read a general, like similar basic writing, which is nothing wrong with that, but I'm gonna go with The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book was beautiful. It was just so well written and so well told, and I just absolutely loved this book. And honestly, if you take anything from this video, is that to go read this book. This is an amazing book. I loved it so much. It was so great. So good. So good. So good. So good. I can't talk. Book that you pushed the most people to read in 2017. I feel like I don't really have one because I don't push a lot of books on people. I'm just kind of like, read whatever you want. I don't care. But I would say the ones I've talked about the most are The Secret History by Donna Tartt and the Addicted series by Kristen Becca Ritchie. These two are some of my favorite books and series. So yeah, I probably talk about these the most. Favorite book cover of the year, I'm going with Beautiful Broken Girls by Kim Savage. I just love this cover. It's so haunting and creepy, yet just like pretty. And then also The Book Jumper. I love this cover. It is just so adorable and creative. I love it. I love both these covers. And these books were both pretty great in my opinion. Favorite adaptation, 50 Shades Darker, obviously. I love this. It's great. Great adaptation. What book made you cry the most? I feel like I've talked about this in my, I can't remember what I titled the video, but it was like crying in books or something. And I cry a lot in books. I like tear up a lot. I sometimes like actually cry. But one that I actually fully cried in was Undone by Kat Clark. This book is super emotional and heavy and just very real, and I just loved it. It was so sad, but amazing. What book made you laugh the most? This is really hard for me to come up with because I feel like there's so many books that make me laugh, but like I can't think of them because I just can't. I have a horrible memory. But one I did think of was Good Boy by Serena Bowen and Elle Kennedy. This one was pretty funny. I really enjoyed it, so I do remember laughing in this one. A new favorite author you discovered this year? Definitely Sarah Ney. I will read all of her books from now on. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I like literally have only read 3 books of hers, but like I'm down. Guilty pleasure read of the year, I'm gonna go with Dirty Filthy Rich Men by Laura Lynn Page. This book is kind of twisted and weird, but I really liked it, and it was very suspenseful and entertaining. But I don't really consider anything a guilty pleasure read. I just don't care. I'll read whatever I want to read. And the last question, favorite book you reread this year? I'm gonna go with the Gabriel's Inferno trilogy by Sylvain Renard. I reread this whole trilogy in 2017 and I loved it, so it was such a great reread and definitely a favorite. Alright, so that is it for today's 2017 end of the year reading survey thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be having my favorite books of 2017 video coming up soon. Sorry, it's kind of late, I know, but like I've had a lot going on. So it's coming, don't worry. It's going to be a great video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe, follow me on all my other social media, and I will see you guys in my next one.